The most requested topic every single week that I've had or questions is how to become an officer in the military. For me, obviously, it's the Air Force, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. But you would be surprised, week after week after week, that's always the number one topic, and that's, like I said, what I'm going to talk about. Let me begin by saying that when I was enlisted, I used to say, I want to be an officer. I think many people say that. But the thing that I used to say was, if I don't become an officer, then I'm going to get out of the Air Force. And I've heard that a lot by a lot of people as well in 21 years of service. That's what I would say. Be careful of what you say, because here's what I realized. I realized that the Air Force, in my case, has been a very good journey, and I have been both enlisted and officer. So it's one of those things that I have the experience in both. And one day I did realize if I wouldn't commission and become an officer, I would have definitely stayed enlisted. You've probably heard me say that before if you've watched any other videos of mine. Here's what I've learned. Here's the bottom line is job satisfaction. Whatever job it is that you're doing, whether you're a civilian, whether you're military, enlisted, or officer, full-time or part-time, job satisfaction is very important. At least it is to me. I've had jobs where the job satisfaction is low and great, both enlisted and officer. So it really is what we do. Job satisfaction is priceless. Going to work and enjoying it, as opposed to going in on a Monday and saying, I don't like this. Now, here's the thing with an officer. As an officer, you're going to be in a leadership position immediately. So you have to be ready for it. The good news is that if you go through ROTC, OTS, or the Air Force Academy, you will be prepared to lead. Here's what I'd like to add is, as an enlisted member, are you a leader? And hopefully the answer is yes. If you're not, you can get there. But enlisted service members are also leaders. You have junior enlisted NCOs and senior NCOs. All of those are leaders as well. But first of all, you have to look at yourself as a leader, and that involves knowledge, experience, mentoring others. I'm looking at my notes here because I have some notes. Now, the reality is that there are less slots for officers than there are for enlisted. So for everybody that says, I want to be an officer, it's not always going to happen. I think it's about 75% enlisted, 25% officer, at least for the Air Force. I applied for OTS twice and I wasn't selected. And I thought, okay, I'll just stay enlisted. And then an opportunity came out for me to apply for ROTC, and I was definitely selected for that, and that's how I became an officer. The other option is the Air Force Academy. And I can tell you this, when I was 18, 19, if I would have applied for the Air Force Academy, I would not have been prepared. First of all, I wouldn't have been selected. And if I would have, I would not have been prepared because I went to college and I did get kicked out of a university in Los Angeles. The other thing is this, sometimes people want to become an officer for the wrong reason. Maybe they're influenced by money. Yes, officers get paid more than enlisted, in some cases, depending on the rank, but it's not all about money. And take it from this, I was an Air Force officer, then I was force shaped, which means I had to leave active duty because of cutbacks. I became a GS-11 Civil Service Air Force employee for 8.5 years, and I'll go back to that job next year. But for 8.5 years, GS-11, for me at least, was equivalent to an E5 pay. So when it comes to money, I've always said it's not how much money you earn, it's what you do with what you earn. And here's another thing. The military is a great experience. It's a great lifestyle. Whether it's 4 years or 20 plus years, both enlisted and officer, it is what you make of it. And I'm going to leave you with this. I have a few questions. Is it worth it to be an officer? In some cases, yes. If you have your education, or even if you want to complete your education, it is worth it. It's going to be that job satisfaction. In some cases, it's not, because it's not for everybody. Next question is it all right not to be an officer? The answer is yes, it's okay, because like I said, most of my friends are enlisted from my enlisted days. A lot of them are retired now, and they lived a great life, a great experience. I would recommend this. Follow your passion and try to become whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's a job, whether it's a status, whether it's enlisted or officer, and go for it. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. If it does happen, make the most of it. I'm currently at Colorado State University in Fort Collins dropping off my daughter, and I'm going to show you what this place is like. Hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great day.
You're a big dude. I love this superpower right now, but you took that away from me.